because Bastarde and Fluorescent on the other side are going to be on that raise, right? And we think about Lotus, we think about the raise, we need extra mobility. Have the fear in the attacker's side that at any point, there's going to be a trap. At any point, the defenders are going to be willing to fight. So I'd like to see the op on like a Georgina or maybe a Bizarra, but we'll see exactly what Liquid's plans are. We know exactly how deadly both duelists are with the sniper in their hands, but Georgina has got a lot of ground, a lot of space, and she doesn't want to give it up quite yet. Deep lines, that's good information for Liquid.
Playing mind games on both ends. At the same time, Fluorescent was tapping a spike, or an orb rather, on towards the mound, just to see if there was a trap play set up by Team Liquid. And as it calms down, and the contact play came towards the A site there from Sarah, it looks like Shopify are just trying to split it out a bit. Maybe finishing towards B after the aggress towards the orb on A.
Yeah, and right now Alexis is trying to get as much information for her squad as possible. She's already used both birds, and that sound cue right there is going to let them know somebody's watching that door side. Fluorescent's just collecting all the orbs right now.
Scavenger hunt for Fluorescent. And now hunting for kills on the execution or Shopify Rebellion within this B side. It was denied by a bit by Paint Shell thrown on the defense. Molly's on the ground.
No!
Oh no, everybody's burning down there towards the fountain connector.
Hot feet.
And only Daiki and Georgina remains for Team Liquid. Alexis just playing towards the Hobbit. Caught with Util, switches out to the classic on time. Somehow stays alive. A flash to blind Georgina. A dog to allow the push out from Fluorescent. And that was all part of the plan.
Yeah.
Just keep Fluorescent on these orbs, on these kills. Get that showstopper out early.
Absolutely. Objective control coming out for Shopify to start off strong right now. Look at the orbs on the side of Fluorescent. Their raise is only 3 away from a showstopper. This is going to be one of those games where it's a dream start for Shopify. You can believe that on this anti-eco, they're going to do the same thing. Get the showstopper online for their bonus round, right? So definitely taking a page out of EG strap book, it looks like, is Shopify there, but yeah, Fluorescent, she's feeling good, Vans. And you know in this eco as well, they're going to be hyping her up, putting her on a pedestal. Hey, Fluorescent, go get your eeks, go get your ult.
And with the budget off on top of that, Guardian in hand, already saturated to find information, trying to get some picks long range. That's really just going to keep TL on their toes and forced to play passively within the A site. But look at the position. They have a crossfire set up towards B. They're putting a lot of players towards that area, and a body shot just landed onto Daiki there from Fluorescent.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. Daiki just wants to kind of bluff this area and really slow down this attack. Change some util. That dog got so much information.
Fluorescent's going alone pretty much.
Uh-oh.
Loya is trying to watch that flank, identifies 2 players pushing against her. And that will now allow Sarah to push within the A site with her teammates, clearing it out. You have a lower buy coming out from Team Liquid, nothing much that you can do. And now it's her turn to form up orbs. Fluorescent and Sarah are so close to ults moving into round number 3. The favor is definitely looking in the hands on the side of Shopify Rebellion as they have this 2-player advantage. Spike planted, 3 players playing towards heaven.
Floor's gonna go hunting. Floor has to go hunting here. She's got an forward position. Look at this high-low crossfire.
The first contact's gonna be Georgina. Peeking out. That's Alexis still in that kill. Fluorescent dies, but at least dying gives her an orb. Sarah picks up the 4 within the round as well. And Shopify, they probably have another objective base next round.
Yeah, I mean, not just an orb, Vans. It's the showstopper itself, right? So that's exactly what you want for Shopify's side. I mean, Floor, there it is. Just a stinger in hand. Doesn't need the rifle. This, again, dream scenario start on the bonus. Liquid, they've got to have a protocol. They've got to have an answer. And they've got to bait out the showstopper. Very grouped up towards this A. Yeah, Shopify, they want to go aggro. I mean, they want to leverage the fact that they have showstopper.
I love the super fan that we just saw flying in from the USA to support Shopify and has been here every single day. But let's talk back with the action as we're so close to try to use the showstopper within the A site. But there's 2 nanoswarms within there and a crossfire set up within the site. There's the burning through. There's the cancellation. There's Daiki with 2 kills on top of that. A flash to deny the push out from Shopify Rebellion after the nanos dissipate. Now we'll force Shopify now to break Hobbit door. reassess now towards the B side, but there's just utility everywhere. It's so nice by Team Liquid so far.
Just being exchanged back and forth, and that baby door did get broken down. Showstopper unable to get much. Daiki is such a beast, fearless to hold down the fort. And look at this crossfire as well. Shopify, they're going to get spawn control, but this is going to be difficult.
Yeah, but Daiki's on the off angle. Noya gets the pick with the Vandal, though. That's room to breathe for Shopify as they walk back as a death ball. 3 players back down towards the staircase. There's still 2 players within the A site. And Shopify, they're walking it in, looking to play the contact, but the turret's already down. That's going to spot. That's going to give up their positions. And Bizarre just saw the cannon there of that Guardian. The Lexus coming through for that pick at least. A 2 versus 1. Picks up a Vandal. 13 seconds left on the clock. And now the spike. Flash coming through towards the back. So she knows she's not going to get pressured within the spawn. The wall bang comes across. No plant comes in for Alexis. And Team Liquid, they score their first round now on Lotus.
That was huge. That was huge. Wiping out Alexis before she gets that orb, before they get that extra little bonus money. But man, Daiki, what a round. And I mean, she got all the tells that she would have wanted, right? The fact that Fluorescent sent that boombot first and let everyone know, hey, I'm here, I will be execing soon, certainly allowed Daiki and allowed Liquid to react there. And what a response from the captain.
But they're not out of the pit yet. We know this is a pretty decent buy for Shopify, as we're 1 away from a Viper's pit for Sarah. It looks to be a lot of pressure towards the B main first. 3 players already there for Team Liquid. Looks like they want to deny that one right away. It's a dog first. It's the first blood for Bizarre. And there's the pit available for Sarah after she trades it out. Satchel's away is going to be Bastarda.
Yeah, and so much contact has happened that it's allowed Mel to get a lot of ground, a lot of space. She's even investing Paranoia here.
And pushing all the way towards the spawn. An opportunity for a pincer maneuver back within the B site.
That pincer maneuver you're talking about, Vans. This timing is going to be insane. Mel's already spawned. Her teammates just waiting for her.
And with Bizarre down, there's no utility to actually force the contact. So that's the surprise element out of Shopify. The peek coming out from Mel allows Shopify to move within the B site and to move in for a plant.
The fact that Skies was the first person to get taken out. Fluorescent cannot get re-healed. And Sarah, that Viper's pit, reinforcing this post. Oh, Daiki this time. Wow.
Oh, he got caught once again. Flash now looking within the pit. Smoke now being thrown by Mel so she can hold that angle as Georgina's closing in towards Baby Door. Pinched on the other end. Isa's dropping down. And now numbers are dwindling down for Shopify Rebellion. Snake bite to push Mel back. But Sarah's still within the pit. Still somehow gets a spray with a Vandal right within the pit. So the HP down. A double short kill from Sarah. A twofer to allow Shopify to get the round.
A twofer indeed. I mean, I thought for sure. I mean, Sarah, she didn't have any mollies left. Team Liquid were doing what they needed to do, getting into the faces of Shopify before they can set up in that comfort. But I mean, Sarah, the power of the shorty, just close range.
And the pit.
You take those. You absolutely take those. There. Oh. Okay.
I thought that they were actually closer to that,
yeah.
But she barely saw anything in that 2 picks.
Man.
But back with the action already. The confidence continues for Shopify after winning that first map in overtime against Team Liquid.
Liquid, they've had to invest an early dog towards this rubble. They don't want to allow Mel to just have free reign over here. Setting up Georgina, much like that pistol round on the deep line. You can see an orb down as well for her. Trying to play it like a sentinel. That's huge for Liquid.
But no flash coming out. Their turn to play the contact and surprises Fluorescent. But you trade up duelists from both ends, and Shopify are just pivoting back towards A.
That Skybird from Daiki tells Shopify that they need to start playing anti. Oh, and the fact that they spotted Astra. That's 2 agents, 2 informations on the board.
Swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
The wall comes up on a defense. Opening the door, clearing the tree side. It looks like Shopify are committed for this A site. Snake bite towards the back. Nice shot by Georgina. Seekers on the top. Sarah pushes in, but it gets traded out by Daiki. Until Noya stops the surprise element from the stack that came through with the lower buy from Team Liquid. Almost a doable situation for the defender side. But now Alexis will move in, get a plant. And Bizarra only has a Sheriff to work with.
Spike planted.
Flash is not getting information, so that's the element of surprise. A 1v1. Noya with a Guardian.
Placing alarm bot. Placing sentry.
Turret, she dodges it. Plays towards the back of the site. Is Noya repositioning? Bizarra now still thinks that her opponent could be towards the tree. Leads back towards the front!
Wow.
Lands that shot as well! And Bizarra wins a 2v1 Red Bull clutch!
These egos, these pistols for the Brazilian side. That's the third one. We're only in the second map in a best of 5, fans. That is the third eco round for Liquid to win in this series. And Bizarra, that crosshair placement was everything. And Sarah, she looked like she did enough. That Molly coming out backside, wiping them out. But man, Liquid, that shot, so crisp.
Not only that, but we're getting our sponsors worth. That's a MasterCard Thrifty on top of that eco. The two players playing towards the back of the site with the Sheriffs to start things off, to allow Bizarra to move in with the Sheriff. And I keep forgetting, when I talk about Team Liquid with the Sheriffs, it's always doable.
Always doable. And not only have they broken Shopify's money, but they're coming into this round with all the ultimates they need online to start stringing those rounds together on the board and have a great defense start. Here you can see Liquid have everything they want into this round. Full KJ setup at B, 2 members with deep lines down in that A with a high-low crossfire.
Doors being tapped just to identify if Team Liquid are playing a little bit more aggressive. This is a Stinger and a Bulldog in the hands of Fluorescent and trying to move forward. Executing towards the C site. Closing against Iza. Running against her, but Bastarda's watching the push. Drops the flank watcher being Sarah. And now the Seekers comes out for Alexis to get the information, but there's still a lot of info right now for Team Liquid.
Yeah, and because of that info, Shopify wanted to push into spawn, get deeper lines. They have sent Fluorescent in there, and you can see they're planning the spike for it.
This is a great ult right now for the defenders and also for the attackers, because Noya off that plant will actually not allow really Team Liquid to really move in right yet.
Yeah, Bastarda is just trying to be real patient right now, and the fact that that showstopper is on her back. Oh boy.
Oh, showstopper out. Double kill from Bastarda. Yes, Fluorescent falling back, the Vandal in hand. Fully blinded, though both players are blinded. Still hits that shot onto Bastarda. Alexis moves through, stops the plant diffuser. Fluorescent runs across, but Georgina was right there to trade it right back. And Team Liquid tie up the game.
What an effort coming through here for Shopify. They did so much. That entry pathing into C was so clever. The fact that they waited for Fluorescent to get that contact up, but the whole time they had Mel flanking from the right side pillar, but it wasn't enough. Liquid, Bastarde just showing up when she's needed most. That showstopper entry with the double kill and spawn just solidified everything for Liquid.
And you can see how much this means for Team Liquid. Haven was in their hands, they just let it slip. They don't want to give this lead out for Shopify Rebellion on the attack side of Lotus.
Oh boy.
But the showstopper comes out this time around, not even needed, as Sarah dispatches the first 2. Alexis then capitalizes on a third, and the defensive side of the A site for Team Liquid has been dismantled.
Numbers advantage here for Shopify, and they know it. They want to just maintain control.
Drop the spike.
Very much grouped together here. Isa's been so pivotal in these moments. Not able to land the shot she wants.
And now pinned.
Oh, there it is!
They're still base checking it though, so she isolates the 1v1. The dog to slow her back. Oh, nice. A kill coming through, then through the wall onto Noya. And finally, Isa dies. But it's once again Bizarra. Oh, almost got the lineup with the spray. Both players low on HP. Alexis forced to fall back. And Sarah, there's no heal.
No heal and no utility here. Bizarra, it's a gamble at this point. If she chooses right.
Shoots first. Now leans back towards a tree. Oh. But there's the high-low on the crouch. And Shopify, they regain the lead.
Regain the lead indeed. And it all started off with a quick rubble fight, right? I mean, Alexis is so fast. She's so fast, and the fact that Shopify win that round handedly, and they should start feeling pretty comfortable about the utility that they're exchanging towards Rebel. And for Liquid's side of things, they've got to have a different plan, a different idea. Do we want to keep facing and putting our bodies in there and just kind of... It kind of helps Shopify a lot more as well, in my opinion. Coming onto a quasi low buy scenario, Shopify, they better be reinforcing their protocols. They better be letting each other know. We need a clean round here, guys. We need to start building up some money so we can have and position ourselves to have a dominant half. But for Liquid, those sheriffs, those deadly pistols coming out to play again.
Careful.
And on this quasi-buy, a couple of them have small shields as well, being Georgina, Daiki, and Iza. And a snakebite lineup being thrown here to allow a push to move forward potentially out of
That's a long-range Spectre!
Yeah.
Oh boy!
But Alexis still wins that fight. Door now being opened. Grab well just to slow down the pace and now forcing maybe Shopify to push back towards the left side of the A site. But it's the objective control once again for Shopify, knowing that Team Liquid are on a lower buy. They're just moving through and now already have the ult available for Sarah. Noya's watching a flank, comes head to head against only one player, but doesn't know that there's two. Now with the two sets of footsteps though coming across, the wide seam from Bizarra, a classic shot like that.
That is bizarre. Bizarra is something different. This Viper's Pit, though, should stabilize things for Shopify in this post. You can see most of their bodies are in spawn. Full set of utility here as well.
Spotted for spawn and Fluorescence on a full lurk, the full flank.
Flank the flank.
Being watched by Georgina, but Fluorescent wins that fight. Flash coming out from Alexis. It's not really affecting Bizarra, so upgrading to another weapon, picking up the Vandal. Low on HP. It's a 3 versus 2, and Fluorescent swings right back out to get the last two players and halfway through the showstopper.
Things got dicey, but Fluorescent showed up right in the nick of time. Good effort and a good save. These saves always become so scary when we're talking about Liquid. But it wasn't a Sheriff this time, it was a classic. That's all good. For the defense side for Liquid, finally they have some answers. Weaponry upgraded on the board, and the Viper's Pit coming out here for Issa. You can see that she's towards that C site all alone, and Team Liquid knows she's going to be able to hold down the fort.
The amount of times that they got pressure towards the A side, their second 3 players there, but instead Shopify are moving forward towards the baby door. The satchel's out from Fluorescent. Low HP, trying to fall back and heal at the same time as Bizarra. Boombot being thrown just to keep opponents at bay. Breaking the turret, and meanwhile the plant comes down for Shopify, and it's going to be a bloodbath, a 5 versus 5.
Yeah, Floor really wanted to control that baby door, but they're pushing into spawn. This timing, Georgina swings.
There's 2 players there. It's Georgina with Bastarda trying to get the satchel across. Mel gets the first contact and the kill. The double comes back from Georgina though. A 3 versus 3. Fluorescent stays within the site and anchors it up, but Bizarra comes in on the flank. It's a 2v2 now. Lexus, no utility in her hands. Confident Divide coming out. Noah gets the pick just before the wall comes up. So it's up to Georgina. Fully flash comes in for the first kill. Continues to spray. And a 1 versus 1. Down on his flank. The weapon pickup at 23 speed. But there's no time left on the clock. No opportunity for a clutch this time around for Georgina.
What a round! The way that these last 2 rounds have ended, it could have been anyone's game. Georgina unable to find that weapon fast enough, and the timing in which Alexis says, hey, it just kind of peeks through the wall, ruins everything for Liquid there. What an attempt, what a hit coming out. I mean, Fluorescent, she wants full control of that baby door. That baby door is hers.
Seen a highlight reel from Georgina just yesterday on that map, on that 2v1 with the Guardian, was trying to do the same thing with the Cosmic Divide. Denied this time around, but we're not letting go of the pace this time around. Fluorescent's already moving forward, pushing opponents back, and they now can take control of this orb to give the ult for Fluorescent as well. Showstopper now online.
Seeker's already popped. Should allow Shopify to know that a lot of bodies are actually on this C side. Fluorescent, no satchels to help her with this showstopper, but okay.
The 6th sense now with the showstopper out, keeping your opponents back towards the waterfall, holding as long as you can to allow Shopify just to move in and get the plant.
Those boxes really just saving Bizarra's life.
Spike planted.
Didn't save Daiki though.
Unfortunately not. And that's going to hurt, especially because those are the only flashes that are left for Liquid to kind of give them the best shot possible in this post.
Of course, because you have a lower buy, you're trying to move in within the site now for Team Liquid. Trying to make it expensive against your opponents. Smoke coming through now, forcing the players to float within the fight right back. But as they move through the smoke, no utility to help them out. Team Liquid are now getting dispatched. Fluorescent even coming in. Got a showstopper, 3 kills. They're really letting her farm.
Yeah, you take those. You absolutely take those. And especially for a player like Fluorescent, who's going to be able to really appreciate the tempo and play her game. And these kinds of rounds really start to build up your confidence for a young player like that. So for Shopify, they're feeling great. I think on the other side of things, Team Liquid, they've got to be feeling pretty damn good as well. Another healthy purchase, and Isa's been holding onto this Viper's Pit for 3 rounds now. I think this is going to be the round that she actually reacts and uses it. Just really kind of depends on what site Shopify decide to take.
It makes sense. She's not really playing for a stack towards the C side, pivoting from B to A, trying to use her utility to find that information first. And Shopify, they're opting for, once again, an A side control. Seeker's already out early, as you just mentioned. Coming out from Daiki.
Georgina finding a new spot to play in this door. Daiki has been so beastly. She just held down all of A site with her spams, and she's making Shopify change.
Now pinned. Molly thrown on the ground. Given a chance for all of Shopify to reload and potentially just have Fluorescent enter in. But as the second Molly falls down, nobody's really closing the gap from TL though.
Not closing the gap. Shopify need to buy some time for Noya. Noya's found herself in position, but that's a freebie for Bastarde.
Playing the off angle. And the lockdown's just going to slow things down on that hit. Look at this push coming out from Alexis. A great pivot towards the A side. Nice first kill. Players now pinned within A, but they're in great positions with this crossfire. More delays coming out from the utility, out from Georgina. Finally, the attackers are moving in. Daiki playing within the ruins. Instantly killed by Alexis, but Georgina's still there. 20 seconds left on the clock. Shopify rotating back within B.
Yeah, Noya was the whole time securing front B. She crept in, found that timing. She brings the spike back over. Molotov already down onto Spike. Oh my god, Fluorescent, this reposition is so huge.
Free kill.
Uy,
Wow.
muntik na.
Bizarra, meanwhile, though, did get the pick up onto Mel. So it's still a 2 versus 2. Pit also still available for Isa. Do they want to use it right here for the post plant? Starts off with the wall, dissipating first. Tap on the Spike. Bizarra playing the front. Nice tap from Noya. Trader right back by Isa. The second tap, Fluorescent walks in. And that's an easier kill for Fluorescent, as Shopify now take the lead 8-3.
Yeah, and that sort of mobility that I talked about that you want to see coming out of your Raze, I mean, that's exactly what we're seeing here for Fluorescent and for Shopify. Floor started the round at C. In the mid-round, she was at A, towards that A site, and she ends the round front B in the clutch, in the post. So, I mean, Fluorescent is visiting every part of this map, applying pressure. And again, just leveraging the idea that at any point Shopify are going to full commit using this Raze. So very much controlling the rounds and the pace. And Liquid, they want this last round. They need that 4th on the board to reinforce that confidence going into the second.
And have to use their second timeout for that too. So none left now for the second half for Team Liquid, as they want to fortify that 4th. And when I mentioned Fluorescent having to play the bait for the team so the others could step up, Fluorescent's now at 16-7.
Yes.
So she's definitely opening up the rounds, definitely opened up the pace here for Shopify Rebellion. But I gotta say here, Potter, you're mentioning a good utility coming out for Team Liquid. It's not instantaneous hits that we're really seeing from Shopify Rebellion. They're doing a good job for Team Liquid to slow it down on the aggression that Shopify is doing. But it comes down to the mid-round when that utility's gone. They have nothing left to try to close the gap, and they have to play more reactive in the back of the site, and the retakes haven't been the best.
Yeah, Shopify are playing this attack so well. And coming into this last round as well, they've got all the answers right in front of them. Only 2 away from the showstopper again, and Noya's got that Killjoy ultimate in play. I'll be curious to see if Shopify decide to use it to get into the site, or if they want to hold on to it to save and really secure this post. Spike is down, so that tells me Shopify aren't going to do anything for the first 20 turns. They want to just control and maintain this.
Wow!
I like this adjustment. You saw the lineup of a nanostorm being thrown just to try to break the turret, but it's been placed in a different angle now for Noya. Still out in the open, still holds the responsibility of watching these aggressive pushes. So off of that, will TL try to still push and aggress on extremities?
Yeah, Shopify right now are very, very cautious. They don't want to run into that trap. Deciding exactly where they want to go to place down this Killjoy ultimate. That's a huge break for Bastarde. Defenders applying the pressure, and right now Shopify, they've got to be wondering, are we getting flanked? All 5 members of Shopify are very grouped.
Group to fight back towards B main. Flash to get contact. Out towards the mound. That was a defensive flash thrown by Daiki. Got contact onto Noya, and this could be a fake. There's that lockdown on C.
Yeah, they were able to insert Noya out into the C site.
Oh, the backstab turnover! They still get 2 kills for Bastarda, but not until one falls. Players now falling back. Bazera at 57 HP.
How is Bazera alive? How did she get away? Shopify, they're reacting and they're pivoting. Noya, at least with all that contact, was able to secure the C site.
It's now Shopify getting away, allowing Noya to push forward towards the waterfall and get the backstab onto Daiki, getting the second turret up to launch the rotate across. Plant comes down with 10 seconds left, snake bite towards the spawn, orb up at the same time, and that delays the push from TL, allowing now Shopify to move forward, but they're getting punished for it. Now leans down, Mel answers right back. It's a 1v1. Bizarre trying to walk through, only has a Guardian.
Yeah, that sound cue came through. Somebody told Mel that they just heard Bizarre in Waterfall.
Beating out! Once again, Bizarre winning it! A 1v1 coming out in favor of Team Liquid. And Bizarre's keeping the dream alive for Team Liquid in this first half.
Coming through so huge in the clutch, and I like the way they reacted. I like the response coming through. That double push front B was everything. The fact that that flash, the timing of it was just so damn perfect. But this right here, I mean, how? How did she get away? Bizarra is just, she's got 9 lives.
And one of those unlucky moments, that backstab was there. It should have been an easy kill in the showstopper, but the target that was chosen was not the raise instead. And that allows this clutch to happen. It could have been a different story if that showstopper died first, but it'd still be an 8-4 half for Shopify Rebellion. And now, let's check in with Tui's and Pio from Loud, who are in the audience with our interviewer.
Hello.
A torcida como Evolution.
Just behind him when he said that, it's loud in here and it's getting louder and louder, and that also the crowd buff, the parents buff within the audience too, allow so many of the players around Team Liquid to pop off.
Yeah, exactly, and especially the fact that they were able to solidify that last after that timeout, going into the second now, they get to once again recollect themselves, and these pistols coming out for Liquid have been phenomenal. Right now would be the most clutch time for Liquid to actually put another one on the board for themselves to rally up this comeback. Shopify, they're A-okay with giving up this space. This whole time, this is a trap setup. You can see Mel's got that paranoia out, and as soon as that sound cue comes, as soon as Liquid indicates that they're in this area, there it is.
Still a stalemate happening at the rubble control.
Good bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liquid did that well.
So Liquid will now pivot back, trying to sell a fake towards the A site. Now pouring the other smoke out from Mel. At least one of them, as a full rotate comes from Shopify towards the A site, but there's only one player within C.
Yeah, right then Issa heard the sound cues, rather Sarah did. Thankfully, Team Liquid gifted that noise over. But look at this, everyone on Shopify are biting. They've all rotated, but they're gonna show up at B at the right time.
This time Mel doesn't have a paranoia, Alexis doesn't have a flash. Tojita just got the pick.
30 seconds
and now A site's open.
Yeah.
They pivot once again.
Daiki had so much ground, so much space, and as the IGL, she's letting her squad know, bring the spike over. I'm securing everything. And look at this timing towards B. I mean, Bizarra's got the flank for the flankers. Spike will go down. This is so much control for Liquid in this post.
Noya walked down and slid down the back of the site. Still an advantage of one player out for Team Liquid on the pulse buy, not until Sarah comes in for the pick. Now Rubble Control is in favor of Shopify. They have an opportunity to pinch right back as this door opens. 3 players instantly fall, and only 1 in favor of Team Liquid. Bizarra's alone. And that's Shopify answering back with their pistol, the 3rd out of the series.
What an impressive read, an impressive round for Shopify. Liquid had everything they needed to win this one. I talked about that KJ being outside B, that Astra having Rubble Control, but Shopify, they read it. They knew exactly what they needed to peak first in order to make this retake possible. And the fact that you're hitting shots like that absolutely helps, but the prep coming in for Shopify has just been so impressive this week, and when you're able to see it just pay off so hugely in rounds like this, it's a beautiful thing.
Just kind of gives the Effie's thumbs up pretty much.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Doing it right now. But we do come into these anti-ecos, and these have been the crux for Shopify.
There.
Yeah,
upgraded pistols for Liquid, Vans. It's scary.
Yeah, lots of mistakes were made from Shopify Rebellion to allow Team Liquid to make the games closer than they should be by winning these ecos. And starts off Mel alone on an island at the top of the rocks, using a one-way to her favor. And thankfully, though, the angle wasn't being checked by both Iza nor Bizarra. That's really gonna not give any chances, any hopes here of Team Liquid to come back in their own eco.
Nike deciding which way she wants to dodge that one. Bird kind of messing with her. But Liquid here in this round, you can see, again, objective focus. They don't have much weaponry anyway, so just getting that old orbs onto the back of Bastarde.
Spike down B.
Would have been great if Daiki could have gotten that, but either way, clean, calm, cool, and collected for Shopify. It's got to feel great for that camp.
Yeah, and even if Daiki got that pick towards that B side, there was still 2 players there to support. So that spike was going to go down no matter what. So for Team Liquid, it seems as though this lower bind that they had with this pistol was just trying to build up these ult orbs. And with round number 15, a bonus that's still quite strong for Shopify Rebellion. 2 Bulldogs and a Guardian.
Just Sarah alone towards this C site, and you can see most of the fighters on Team Liquid's side, the Flash, the Rays, are congregated towards this mound. They want the control. They're sending Bastarde in, and this is enough. I mean, only 1 defender. Oh my god, that was a spam kill.
16 HP there. Mel is trying to hunt for that kill. There's now 2 players there to support. And there's another swing.
She knows she's low, but
so good by Team Liquid.
Oh my god.
Gets caught out on the reload. What a beautiful bait and switch for Liquid. And that punish, it has to hurt.
There's a dink coming out. That's courtesy of Sarah, ADSing with the Bulldog. Noya pushing forward, so that's no lurk now for Team Liquid on the A side.
Yeah, and that really reinforces things for Noya. She's going to feel really good. Now that Viper wall is not going to cut her line of sight, she's going to be able to just throw some jiggles and put her focus on front B.
And they flashed over the mound for Shopify, so they know this hit's coming towards this B side. The dog to start things off, and they're trying to hide from it. Oh,
wow.
Just a fire range behind the wall. There was an opportunity there for Shopify once again to surprise. But instead, it's Noya. I mean, it's still 2 kills on a bonus turn you have for Shopify. But Team Liquid, it was a round they needed. It doesn't matter how many players you've lost. As long as you get the round, you close the gap early, it's going to bring that confidence back.
For sure, for sure. And especially because Bastarde is going to be able to have a showstopper coming into this one. But yeah, there it is, that spam kill coming up for Georgina. And look at this bait and switch coming through. Georgina asking for help, and the help arrives in the nick of time for Issa. And for Shopify's side of things, they're feeling still pretty good last round. I mean, look, one of your players went out fast. And Shopify, they really want to control Rubble, sending Fluorescent in quick. But that's information. Look at the reaction coming out for Team Liquid. They know the Raze isn't here. They want this C site.
They also have Showstopper. They just spotted Noya's backpack in the back of the pillar. Showstopper now activate within the seaside rotations coming through. Georgina's on the lurk now towards the waterfall. But look at the crossfire setup. They kind of know that there could be somebody lurking around. It's being pinged. Oh, Georgina's in for a surprise. And after those shots, she falls back, but there's still another player waiting just around the corner. Easy kill for Alexis. Meanwhile, though, Spike planted towards C.
Yeah, and Bastarde is going to try to get a little bit more. She tried to meet back up with Georgina, but unfortunately gets taken out. Alexis is aware. She knows there's going to be another round, and the timing here is insane. goes 1 for 1.
Alexis continues now, going on to rotate back, now looking to support her teammate, meeting up with Sarah because she's the one with the util, actually only has a heal up. No flashes available. Snakebite towards the spawn, forcing Zyke to push out. Wins that duel against Sarah. Close range now as the time's ticking down. Mel stuck on a 1v1. The TP across outside on the smoke, but there's no time really. Tap on the spike. Daiki waiting around the corner. Jump with a shorty. There's a ding. There's a second. And a round comes in for Team Liquid.
Well played for Liquid, well played, and I feel for Shopify in that one. I feel so badly. You saw Mel being extra patient, extra slow on the flank. She wanted her teammates coming through to Waterfall to gain that contact, force Team Liquid to start playing those post-plant positions, and as those mollies, as those utils are coming out, she wanted to send that pinch, but Team Liquid, I mean, they decide to play this post exactly correctly. None of them are on the mound. None of them are playing normal post lineups as you would expect. They're forward, they're in the site, and they're brawling.
It almost looked like it would have been Shopify Rebellion's point there because
it should have been.
The flank after flank trying to get the first time really gained the momentum within the second half here because when they had what?
Warm back up into this, and I'm liking the reads that I'm seeing from Liquid. Even last round, Georgina lurked out front B, and that alarm bot caught her, so the jig was up, but still, she knew that was weak side. She knew there was a gap, and to take over all that space is exactly what you want out of your riflers. A quasi buy coming out for Shopify, investing a little bit into some half armor. You saw Fluorescent kind of debating whether she wanted that Marshall, rather the Guardian or not. But just a few sheriffs. A lot of damage here. Look at Shopify, they're gonna just gamble. And these are the kinds of rounds that we've seen pay off hugely for Shopify. They put a little bit of presence towards that A. They've inserted Noya deep on the lines, but they're just hoping and praying that Team Liquid choose wrong here.
So far it's right. Right now, everybody's staying towards the spawn, and even if they want to play it safe, oh, that double peek, the quad peek, and now the ADS from the Guardian. You'll now see the pivot from Team Liquid towards the A side, but that's a nice shot by Sarah. Can Noy get one? Not. Now Seekers coming out. That's what I was going to mention. They still had the Seekers to work with to be like a point of insurance.
Yeah, and I like how Floor is reacting. She sent the rest of her squad to go flank, but she's booking it back to hold the spawn lines and maybe catch a player that's going to be a little too aggro. But again, Liquid, they're choosing so well in these post positions. Complete Baby Door, and this crossfire between Rubble and Baby Door is going to make it so difficult for anyone coming out stairs and anyone coming out A main.
That's right, despite Fluorescent satchelating across all those jumps within the B site was actually heard here by Bastarda. So that will allow her to re-flank the flankers, to rotate back. But she has to pick up the pace. The flashes are coming through as Bizarra is holding towards the Baby Door. Answer right back by Alexis, who continues her reign. Now 1v1 towards the Rumble just to keep Iza towards the back. She wins it. Meanwhile, the A site's held down, and there's no eco that's going to be answered back by Shopify.
No eco, and not too much damage either. Liquid looking full in control in that one. This is it. For Shopify's side, they want to get to that 11th. And they've got 3 ultimates coming online on board in the nick of time, and the operator coming into Mel's hands for the first time.
And glass cannon.
Sometimes you got to do it. You just got to do it. Mel wants that front B pick.
Aggression from Shopify towards Mound, but Basara's looking on the left side. Fluorescent was never ready for that. Even Satchel's away. That's a beautiful start now for Team Liquid.
Yeah, no trade in sight. Mel knows that this Killjoy turret should be front B, so she can't even go for a quick peek to try to equalize things. Sound cues coming through strong for Issa. She hears this one solo A player, or she thinks he's solo, but there are actually 2 defenders on this one. Doesn't matter though. All 4 members are very much grouped over here, and Alexis is all alone.
That's why she's playing more passive now towards the waterfall. Definitely will give it up now that as this lockdown rather is being placed towards the seaside. There's the yacht looking for a pick, and Iza stops Mel right away. And a heavy investment might be the call now for the players to save, but so far looking at this radar, we are rotating for Shopify.
Yeah, Shopify, they feel pretty confident about their retake protocols. They want to see if they can perhaps get a pick. Then Noya can come into play with that. But it all just depends on this pick. Shopify, they need to find one.
Oh, they know now the Odin's in the hands of Sarah. Daiki pushing forward, a flash to keep them back.
That's it.
Yeah, that's definitely it. With the molly towards the spawn and that flash right there, that's the 3 players saving it. They can't even go and move forward towards the B side to save the off. They have the Odin for the A site.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunications, I think, coming out for Floor and Alexis, especially towards that C mound. You saw Fluorescent was full ton of vision on the left side of that mound. She thought Alexis had her right side, but Alexis had a flash out. She was ready to tee up Fluorescent with her birds, so maybe they need to figure out exactly who has gun out in that instance, who has what lines, but unfortunate start for Shopify. And considering how the last gun round went and the gun round before that as well, eventually we're gonna have to stop saying that was a little bit unlucky. But at least for the confidence side of Shopify, they can just be letting each other know, oh, that's on me, we're all good here.
B site open this time around for the defensive side of Shopify Rebellion, a 3-2 setup. Looking for the trap play on the C site, aggressive push actually on top of that, so they want to try to funnel everybody against Sarah's Odin. Maybe trying to pick up a tap on an orb or anything like that, you'll get the wall bang. Whew. That was close too. At least on the C site, we'll get an ult available now for Shopify.
Love that move coming out. And the mobility as well, Mel and Alexis are gonna be extra mobile. Just leaving Fluorescent to her own devices, and it makes sense.
Paranoia too, not to allow the dog to get any information. Wall comes up, you hear the sprays out on the attack as Team Liquid are committed to move within this area. Smokes towards the spawn, Bastarda moving forward, out towards the waterfall, and Mel is okay to give that up.
Yeah, Fluorescent was debating whether or not she wanted to apply that pressure towards that C, and she's gonna double back.
TP towards the front of B just to allow this door to open. So they'll know there's somebody towards the front of the site, but the rotate comes across and never catch. Bastarda pushing towards the waterfall. Showstopper meanwhile by Fluorescent drops Iza, so the numbers are dwindling down here on this post plan. Somehow Shopify are all over this B site.
Yeah, and they're gonna be able to get it to half. She's just full sticking it.
Full sticking it.
Covering her.
They get it. Fluorescent's been holding back the whole time. Even though the TP didn't look like it was getting enough information, it was enough for Fluorescent to open the door and hold that from B from an off angle instead of chasing for kills and allow Shopify to move in for the defuse.
Yeah, and Noya did such a good job just being a distraction near this square baby door area, right? I mean, the whole time Issa wanted to turn back around and start playing those post lineups, but the fact that Noya was always hot on her tails towards that stairs, always ready to pinch on the retake, made that post so difficult for Team Liquid. A great response coming out in the nick of time for Shopify. Things were starting to get pretty dicey. That scoreline getting closer and closer. Look how aggressive Issa's being. She's acting like she's got a lot more backup than she does, but just gets wiped out. Sarah's able to wallbang her with the Odin.
They almost got that pinch onto Georgina with that flash. And all players now from Team Liquid opening the door and spraying. So Shopify Rebellion, they've identified at least 2 or 3 sets of footsteps up towards C and B.
Inserted Bizarra once again towards the C. And the re-aggression coming out for Alexis and Mel. As soon as the sky showed up, Mel peeks down into the bend.
Spike dropped.
And that one bird, I mean, that information coming through, it's almost a bait, right? But the fact that Bizarra is able to break that dog really early before it even comes out of that choke point and gets any information is so huge for Liquid here.
Because the Showstopper just got picked up and it missed, but thankfully Georgina's there to get the pick there off to Sarah. A site now open, the rotate's too far away. But you are healthier on the side of Shopify Rebellion. And as I say that, Bastarda gets healed up by Daiki. Plant now coming down. Cosmic Divide also available now for TL for the post plan.
And those incredible retakes that we know coming from Shopify is going to be a lot more difficult this time. They're so grouped together. They've all got to ride or die.
Grouping up right now. Alexis has a flash to work with. Looking to push it through.
Oh, that
Paint Shells right at the feet of Fluorescent. Now running across the door, but Sun's just running across, continues forward. Flash is now being used on both ends. A Sun coming up now on that spike. Vizera's watching across towards the A site. Alexis alone, and Team Liquid.
Palaban yung Team Liquid.
Post plan hold.
Oh my goodness, that Astral Wall. No sound cues to warn you of nades just killing you at your feet. Unfortunate for Floor to not get that indicator, but a beautiful, beautiful round for Liquid. I mean, Georgina is just continuing on with incredible rounds. That Astral Wall came down so quick. It just ruined everything for Shopify.
And that's off that flash that you've mentioned. The false information that they've gotten there, but we'll hold that thought. We had some aggression coming out from Team Liquid on the attack. Round number 21, up towards the A site. Rumble is now under control, but Shopify, the name of the game was to give that away the whole time.
Yeah, and we have to talk about what you just said, Vans. The misinformation again. Look, they had a lot of bodies towards Rumble. They brought Shopify, made them come fight. But that information that Georgina is going to give should speed things up for Liquid. They want to take C site here now.
And Noya's delayed it a bit. That orb already came up, Nanoswarm now forcing the door to open up. Alarm right now spotting at least one player moving forward. Basada now committed, satchelating through. Paint Shells now towards the baby door. A push towards the spawn. The shots land on the Sarah. Second one up to Noya. Doing a little bit of damage here for Shopify Rebellion, but Alexis blinds herself. Meanwhile, Team Liquid, they give up the B side. They got the full pivot out towards C, and they'll get the plant.
Yeah, Bazera got so much space, so much ground, and she reacted quickly. Is going to allow Team Liquid to get the spike down, and even a Viper's Pit to really put a nail in the coffin. Shopify right now, they've got to be wondering, do we save? Do we go for it? And again, we're in that same rinse, repeat scenario. They've got to find a pit.
Okay, so now trying to create a fake here with the TP out towards the waterfall, thinking that the TP was going to head towards Mount. Meanwhile, Alexis was looking for a pick towards the spawn and got picked off. So that will definitely be a little bit more difficult for Mel to try to win this. If you're going to go for this, you want to make this expensive. Remember, this is a little bit of a half buy, but then thinks instead that hearing that tick down on that spike, there's no way for Shopify to win that one. So Mel will opt actually to save it in the end. And Team Liquid, it's their turn now to close the gap, just like Shopify did on the first match.
A wise choice from the IGL to save. This will at least allow Shopify to have 2 more healthy purchases before regulation ends here, but what a tough decision to have to make. Feel like that finish line is so close. You're feeling good about yourself. You know you've won these kinds of clutches before, but decides she wants to rinse and go again for a 5v5 fair. And this time out, it's coming out in the perfect time. I mean, Shopify, a bit of a shocking start to the second half, especially considering how dominant that first half was.
So important of a timeout being called by Shopify right now. I don't see it yet here on the overlay, but there is a buy around this. Those in the watch parties trying to figure out what ult we currently have. It's Sarah with the pit, playing on the defensive side of Shopify Rebellion, and maybe that timeout is to see where can we lock down an early cover, potentially of Shopify, forcing the attack on a different end and keeping players funneled within 2 sites only.
Yeah, like I said, being able to save that rifle coming into this one is going to be everything. We've only got 3 rounds left in this half. And so for Shopify, they've got to start thinking about that economy moving forward. But Daiki, I mean, we've seen this before in this series across map 1 and across map 2. As soon as this Seekers is online, it just reignites this insane aggression coming through for Team Liquid. But Starday is able to just really visualize where she's going to get those entries. And then it's just game on. So Shopify, certainly aware of this.
Cover going out.
Where this is, they're looking for that pressure back within the A site. But for TL, every time they're one away of grabbing a showstopper here for Bastarda, they're working towards B. And they work towards B, pick it up, and there's that ult that we mentioned here from Sarah towards that C site. The showstopper could be everything here to push against Sarah within this pit.
Yeah, and seeing that dog up at that rubble with Mel gives all the information that Liquid need. And they know that's where the trap is. I wish Fluorescent was being a lot more mobile, but because of the Viper's pitch, she's trusting Sarah.
She was at the top, and she stayed towards the top. She maybe could have caught Bagsik, but the double ult comes out in favor of Team Liquid. Spike is now about to go down, and look at this look from Bizarra. Utility now broken. There's that first pick. Staying alive around the corner as Mel White swings out to trade it right back. Meanwhile, Georgina's the one that's pushing all the way back towards their spawn. This is going to be so deadly indeed, as Shopify only has one more play remaining, and that's Alexis. Peeking through, aggressive peeks, and we'll now have to save 5 HP remaining, and it's now time for Team Liquid.
The hunt is on! The hunt is on! They don't want to let Alexis save this at all whatsoever. That blind doesn't catch anyone but herself, Daiki. But it doesn't matter. Daiki's whole plan all along was to set it up and tee it up for Bastarde there. And that's it, Liquid, they've done it. They've equalized what was a dominant beginning here for Shopify. And what a start. I mean, this timing for Noya here is so unfortunate. She was clearing that angle the whole time as she turned that corner, but right at the last second decides to look front B instead. And the slimmest of margins is coming down to here.
And what a swing round that was for Team Liquid. They have so much money, which is, it doesn't matter, as you mentioned, Potter White, Daiki died. But for Shopify Rebellion, they only have Fluorescent with a Phantom. Thankfully, also with a Showstopper. But it's 11-11. Alexis picking up an orb, and she now once again has the Seekers. Light at the end of the tunnel, maybe some hope here for Shopify Rebellion, but they have to be on point with these ults.
Yeah, comboed in tandem with that Showstopper certainly will give a hope. But for Georgina, this is the third time that she's seen this exact round towards C Mound. She's decided to take duels at different timings, but she's holding her ground. She knows that she's got C control here.
And that dog only saw Bizarra. So that's just standard plays right now for TL as Iza gets the kill within the A site. So Sarah falls. Satcheling in is going to be Bastarda. That's a Seekers eliminated. That's also the Showstopper eliminated. That's also Noya down! A 3K into the round as Mel is the last player remaining. Team Liquid are now at that point.
Bastarda is not slowing down whatsoever. I need to see how many orbs that just got her. Not close enough, but man, so decisive, so aggressive is Bastarde. And the whole time for Liquid as well, they never wanted to go towards that A site. The whole time, their plan was all along always to end towards this B. The coaching staff feeling good as well. I mean, this is an incredible comeback so far on Lotus.
An incredible comeback and a lead now for Team Liquid. With no ult being used on a previous round denied by Team Liquid of the Shopify Rebellion, at least now for SR, they have 3 ults and full weaponry on the defense. Pressure towards the C Mound as Team Liquid staying towards the spawn, creating Norris towards the A side, creating that paranoia as well, and breaking the KJ util.
This is such an incredible fate right now. So much pressure towards A. You can see the defenders are scrambling to try to figure out where the hit is going to come.
But thankfully, Mal's placing these one-way smokes towards the C site and now throws another one in the end. Seekers now get information towards the C site.
Yeah, Bizarra just collected another orb for herself. Spike gonna be swapped over to her as well. So in the post, you better believe Bizarra's gonna be ready with that KJ ultimate. And Team Liquid, they're trying to sell a fake towards C, but Shopify, they didn't buy
it at all. They did not, as Yoda would say. As Team Liquid now rotating towards the C site, so Mel was doing whatever she can with that utility to hold them back. She still has a paranoia.
30 seconds left.
Daiki already taking control of the C site. But remember, the Showstopper is available for Fluorescent.
Exactly, and she's just showed up right in the nick of time.
Is pushing forward though, Mel has fallen.
No.
That's no flash. Lockdown also being used off the post plan. They might have to start moving in right away or they wait it out. And looks like the later option is out there for Shopify.
A little indecisive here is Fluorescent and Mel. No trade in sight. It's gonna make this retake so difficult. All 3 members are playing the post to perfection here for Liquid.
Now moving in to spray off the Odin. Post plants now being played. Nanoswarm Showstopper out towards the mound. It does convert double kill. It's up to Daiki though. Swing left to the other one. Team Liquid is not done. Daiki with the Rumble clutch, and we're tied up in this series
Liquid played this map so well, completely dissecting that attack side to perfection, and that's
almost happen after the break.